It was a lavish White House ceremony, crowded with cabinet members, lawmakers, and executives from large U.S. corporations. President Trump hailed the deal as remarkable.
Today we take a momentous step, one that has never been taken before with China, toward a future of fair and reciprocal trade as we sign phase one of the historic trade deal between the United States and China. Together we are righting the wrongs of the past and delivering a future of economic justice and security for American workers, farmers, and families.
Sentiments echoed by China's signatory to the deal.
China and the United States, with the larger picture in mind, have taken a serious approach to our differences and worked to manage them appropriately, reaching the Phase 1 trade agreement. It is good for China, for the United States and the world.
The reality, though, that this is just an initial deal and many problematic issues in the U.S.-China relationship remain unaddressed.
I think that it has moved the needle a little bit with China, and it has made some progress, but at the same time, I don't think that it achieves the fundamental structural changes that are going to need to happen for the U.S. tech sector in particular to really feel comfortable.
President Trump's political opponents insist he's been outsmarted by his Chinese counterpart.
I greatly fear that President Xi is laughing at us behind our backs for having given away so little at the expense of American workers, farmers, and businesses. The administration, in order to get a deal at all costs before the 2020 election, has thrown the American worker and American business overboard, and they're going to be the ones left to face the consequences.
Amidst the smiles and celebrations, the awareness that this is not an end to the trade war, it is at this stage merely a truce. Mike Hanna, Al Jazeera, Washington.
Analysis now from Dan Wang, who is an analyst at the Economist Intelligence Unit, and she believes China has given up more than the US in this new trade deal.
This looks to me a very big concession on China's side, and I genuinely don't see how China can fulfill its commitment of $200 billion more of purchase from the U.S. without increasing its fiscal subsidies to domestic producers and manufacturers dramatically. And if China, along the way of these 2 years, actually cannot fulfill some of the commitment, and then we're expecting to see a collapse of the Phase 1 deal, and that means the Phase 2 and Phase 3 will never happen. It looks like, for example, the agricultural deal in this Phase 1 deal, it is more than twice the amount of the 2017 level. And in order to do that, actually a lot of the domestic producers, farmers will suffer a lot. China will certainly increase its government purchase prices and expand that program. But overall, that means direct competition with Chinese domestic farmers start at mostly small scale. And in that area, China is not competitive. And another thing that's funny to me is that by signing this deal, actually China has to commit to buy more agricultural goods from the U.S., and that means buy a lot less from other countries, for example, Canada and EU. And by signing this deal, in fact, between China and the U.S., it is the U.S. allies fundamentally bearing most of the cost in the end.